As a travel photographer, there are some things that I do make sure I do to my car before traveling, and also to make sure that it's kept in pristine condition. So I do use a 2009 Toyota Corolla, um, and these are some of the things that I do. So one, constant or frequent oil changes. Um, I do subscribe to the routine change, and then make sure that when the time is up, I think after 5,000 miles or so, I get it changed. And then two, I subscribe to using high profile ties. High profile ties, they are the ties that have quite a lot of bridge, and this is intentional to sort of to absorb the shocks, and then so that the shocks from the road will not go directly into the shock absorber. At least the tire will absorb some shock before it gets to the shock absorbers. And I also make sure my coolant levels are at the optimum level, because if you're traveling in and out quite frequently, you wouldn't want to forget that the coolant is something that is of necessity to the engine. So I always do check that. I do check my air filters, and then the air filter is in my engine bay. It's quite easy to remove. So you check to know how dirty it is and if it's time for it to be changed, essentially. And then the issue of AC filter. AC filter sometimes you may think that your AC may not be working, but it could be that your AC filter is getting dirty and it's getting blocked. So in traveling, you will never know when you get to meet a rainy situation or a dusty situation. Hence, I try as much as possible to get the AC filter also replaced when it's due. Also, I try to keep the tire pressures at the optimal level. This is very important because if your tire pressure is low, then the tires become sluggish and they pose a drag to the car. When they pose a drag to the car, then eventually what happens is the car becomes less fuel efficient, because it will take quite a lot to drag the car on mushy tires. Mushy tires, however, are important when you're doing muddy roads, but the car I use is not an off-roader, so yeah. And also, to keep the car in pristine condition, I avoid using the car boot as a storeroom. Some people do have car boots that a lot of things are in there, their shoes, their clothing, everything. It feels like a room or a storeroom. I avoid doing that to the car, because the more weightier the car is, the more fuel you tend to use. That weight translates into a drag on the car eventually. So I keep in hand an OBD2 scanner, and I do that because in case there's a code that pops up and it's something that I can rectify by myself, then I can do that. If not, then I take it to the mechanic. And it's also nice to be able to have foreknowledge of what is wrong with the car before taking it to the mechanic. And the OBD2 scanner, in some ways, I wouldn't say fully. The scanner I have is not too sophisticated, but at least it does the basic checks, and so that can give me a fair idea on what to do or what to tell the mechanic should I go to visit the mechanic. And also, one more thing I do, especially after travel, I do take the car, try as much as possible to take the car to the washing bay to clear the dust from the joints and corners that the car may have collected right from on the journey. And so that helps, I know, to take some dust off. And so I usually try as much as possible not to clean the car by myself after a long travel. And so take it to the washing bay, let them use the water to spray beneath the car, beneath the joints, tires, to clear all sorts of dust and debris that may, in one way or the other, may inhibit movement of some parts of the car. So essentially, yeah, this is me, and these are some of the things that I do on my car to keep it in pristine condition. Thank you.